Welcome to this week's Behind the Poem. Today's episode is the Nickelodeon Friday night edition because it's 8:30 p.m. And when I put my iPad in front of my face, doesn't it remind you of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Hopefully you're not afraid of the dark. Or the dark. I'm gonna read a snippet of one of the novels on which I'm working, and I wrote it during the freewrite this past Friday in John Sand's Emotional Historians class, and it's a poetry writing workshop, and so at first I thought I was just free writing poetry, and then when I got to the end of the freewrite time, I was like, this is for the novel. So yeah, here's a snippet from this novel I'm writing. We'll just call it Snippet. Enjoy. You watch it stay stuck. The time machine backup. Like your trauma. You don't want to carry this trauma. You don't want to pass on this trauma. You want to stop having to keep silent and quiet and backchannel this trauma. Time machine is a funny name for an external hard drive. Not everything about trauma is actually all internal. It is filled with too much turbulence to be anything other than extremely external sometimes, even though we spend so much time focused on its internal impact. But look at what it does externally. Look at all the turbulence trauma causes. Look at the way trauma creates so much fucking turbulence in the air around everything it touches that the airplane feels like it's either never going to or constantly going to land. That is the problem with turbulence. Every moment the plane goes up, you're absolutely certain you're going to stay in the air. But when it bounces down, which is immediately after it has briefly gone up, it jostles you like a tilted ballet, a dancer plummeting to the ground. And will the dancer catch themselves if the fall is intentional, or have they tripped, slipped, entirely lost control? Who's to say who's in charge of the turbulence, let alone the control? Is it the wind? We say it's the wind, but given the butterfly effect and all, who's to say it isn't the ocean somewhere on the other side of the planet playing tribute to a tree? A speckle of wave so desperate to kiss a branch that it renders itself a tsunami and causes so much liquid turbulence that a plane starts jolting itself like a falling ballerina on the other side of the atmosphere, let alone planet and world. And that, everyone, is how trauma can sometimes work. It is neither soundproof nor waveproof, especially given the fact that sound is wave anyhow, which begs the question, what does turbulence sound like? Which begs, of course, the next question after that. And trauma? What sound is that? Is trauma a crooning, a soft and wilted whisper that causes turbulence in the body and wind? Is trauma a gasping, a desperate need for something as simple and seemingly accessible as air? Thank you as always for tuning in. And if you want to hear more, I'm looking for a literary agent. Seriously though. Shabbat shalom. And seriously, really truly, take care.